People catch flies, flyers catch people. Whoa. Let me show you how. Hello world, I'm Mike Ploger here again with Visme. If you haven't visited our website before, it enables you to design infographics and resumes and presentations and social graphics and so much more, all like a professional. Seriously, no design degree needed to create state-of-the-art visuals that will wow your audience. Another design we can help you with? Building the perfect flyer. They've been around for decades and they still have a place in advertising today. By handing out flyers at the right events, you're almost guaranteeing that you're going to reach your target audience. Other ways of distributing your flyers include hanging them on light posts and bulletin boards, and even sharing your flyers digitally. Post it on social media, emails, websites, you name it, flyers will always have a home. So, without further ado, let's dive into some reasons that you might use a flyer yourself, shall we? What you're promoting is a big factor on if a flyer is the best option for you. Perhaps the most common use of a flyer is promoting an event. It could be a large convention in a convention center or a concert at an amphitheater. Or maybe it's something a little bit smaller, like a farmer's market or a job fair. You want to spread the word and grow the attendance of these events, so make sure you include the necessary information like date, time, and place. That way people will know where to go. You can also promote products and services with flyers. Display what your company offers at your front desk or at outside networking events. This flyer here is a great example, and it's an editable template on visme.com right now. If you're confident in the pricing of your services, include costs in your flyer as well. Make it pop off the page is one of the first things someone will notice. Just make sure that you then include your contact information so people know how to reach you. The same goes for if you have a sale going on. Display your flyers outside your restaurant or outside your store to draw them in with your weekly specials. Don't forget to include a physical address so people know where to go. If I was craving Italian and I saw this flyer right here, I need to know exactly where to find it immediately before Googling somewhere else. We see sales specials all over the place, and let's be honest, there's nothing more to love than a good discount. And if you're in need of some inspiration, well, check out these templates, also available on Visme's website. You can keep them by your register promoting future sales, enticing people to come back or to visit your website. Flyers are literally meant for generating awareness, so why not do so for a charitable cause? Maybe you want to slow down causes of global warming, or promote an event that has a bigger purpose, like this flyer here supporting breast cancer. Just be sure to include the name of the charity or organization you're supporting to help people understand. And lastly, in terms of reasons that you may want to design flyers, maybe you just want to build brand awareness. If you have a new product or business in the area, let people know. Kids with lemonade stands do it, so you can too. It might even work with coffee, but you can edit this template here to fit your needs. Before we get into tips for creating the most impactful flyers possible, let's first review what should be included in your flyer depending on the type. If you're promoting a specific event, your flyer should consist of these 9 items. Obviously, the name of the event and any subtitle that may go with it, specifics as to when and where it is, what the cost of entry may be, and if it's free, even better. Note that. Is there a dress code attendees should be aware of? Include RSVP information, any contact information if people have further questions, details of the events, and of course, visuals to make it more colorful. Your design changes slightly if you're promoting those sales and discounts and specials that we discussed earlier. With these, include the title of the promotion, maybe something like Summer Sale or Holiday Special, and the name of your business and or store and any specifics relating to the sale. Is it 50% off? Buy one, get one? Let people know these things. Then of course, add any dates, visuals, and any contact or website information so people can learn more. And when you just want to inform people on your brand or idea or fact of life, include these things. A lot of the generic items that we've already discussed, the name of the business or main point, visuals, information, any additional details, either physical or website address, or even social media profiles. Just make sure a viewer has a place to go if they want to learn more. Now, for the moment you've been waiting for, behold 13 tips for creating impactful flyers. A flyer is one single piece of paper. Therefore, you should concentrate your message around one single goal. Keeping your flyer precise and to the point is key when influencing a viewer. Viewers don't have time to get lost in an overly worded visual. Keep the text minimal and the purpose clear. Take this example, $100 off. I might not know what I'm getting into yet, but you can bet that I'm curious. Pair it with short details and the website and boom, a wonderful flyer. If you had the discount coupled with a list of services, you're on the verge of making it too complicated. By keeping it simple, it's not only less work for you, but also for your viewer. I mentioned it with our last example, and it requires reiteration. Grab your audience with a bold headline, and I'm talking make it huge. It should catch people's eyes even with the quickest of glances. As you see with this example, there's still plenty of room for the other information that you'll want to include. And if you want to make it pop even more, add contrasting color. We'll touch more on this shortly. Visual hierarchy. Know what that is? Luckily, we have a video covering that. But if you don't have the time, the Cliff Notes version of it is the order of importance for elements in a design. Look at this template here. The very first thing you notice is the title. Size is the most important factor of visual hierarchy, so you'll want to consider that carefully of all the elements in your flyer. With this specific example, its title is first, then details, then call to action. I encourage you to watch our video to learn more about just how visual hierarchy works. You might not believe how much power empty space holds. Seriously, when you hear the term white space, that's what it's referring to. It doesn't have to be white, I don't know who termed it, but blame them. We've seen plenty of white space in our previous examples thus far, and even at first glance, you may not catch the white space in this template. Notice the center, herbs and spices text. That white background square underneath provides the perfect amount of white space. It's not too tight on the font, and it doesn't overlap the four corner images too much. It's a good balance between too little and too much. All right, let's talk fonts. When it comes to your flyers, no more than 2 or 3. This is a major rule of thumb for any visual. Any more than that and your designs will start to look sloppy. One way to add variation is by picking 1 or 2 fonts and adjusting their style. Maybe one section is bold and the other italicized or all caps. You can play around with the weights but refrain from using 7 different fonts just because you like them all. This flyer here has only 2 fonts, that script animals in the upper right and the other main font throughout. Sometimes it has a backdrop, sometimes it doesn't, but that's okay. Just don't change fonts left and right. Another thing to consider is your color choices. Did you know that colors have associations and deeper meanings? Well, they do, and we have a video that you can watch on that too. 2 to 3 colors is ideal for a flyer. A good rule to follow is the 60-30-10 rule, each number treated as a percentage of your visual. Take this example here. 60% of the image is teal, 30% of the image is white, and 10% is that pink accent color. The last thing you want to do is overwhelm your audience with a crazy assortment of random colors. First, do your research, then decide carefully how the colors will be used. Before you begin working on your flyer, one of the first things you should consider is your target audience. Who are you trying to reach and what are their interests? What type of flyer will they respond to? Advertising a yard sale? Well, build a flyer like this. It's not professional in the slightest and it shouldn't be. Now, if your target audience is more corporate America, a flyer like this is more suited for you. Pun intended. Write down your target audience before you get started and refer back to it often to make sure your design doesn't go in the wrong direction. If you're looking to inform your audience with walls and walls of text, write a book. Seriously, lines and lines of information is no place for a flyer. That doesn't mean you can't include a short sentence or two. This template does just that. The copy is still clear and concise, providing just the right amount of information in as little words as possible. Your eyes are still drawn to the bigger text blocks first, so only those who are interested in yoga will want to read the fine print. One sentence, that's all you should need to sell a viewer. Key motivational factors in your flyer should be highlighted. And I don't necessarily mean literally, but there should be a design element surrounding that information. Is there a discount or a sale? If so, make it pop off the page. Celebrity speaker? Draw attention to their name. Whatever you feel is the most important element of your flyer, you should make it stand out. In this flyer, I noticed the 35% off with its bright outline. I then noticed the square box around the offer ending today. And I'll even take note of the code to take advantage. Each of these elements has a different design tactic for catching a viewer. Considering your distribution plan ahead of designing is massively important. Think about it. If your flyer is going on the inside of a window or light post, your audience will only catch it as they walk by. Therefore, you'll want as big of text as possible. Something like what we have here. Big text in a website. Simple, and it doesn't take much time to consume it. But if you'll be handing out your flyers, you can get away with more information in finer print. People will have your flyer in their hands for who knows how long, so you can get away with adding more information to persuade them to take action. Our 10th tip is one that lazy designers may not follow. Don't go through all this work of designing the perfect flyer just to pick distorted and blurry visuals. Your image should be crisp, and you know where you can find high quality images? Visme, of course. There's over 1 million high quality stock photos that you can use right now, not only free of charge, but free of legal trouble down the road. Tip number 11, brand your flyer. Remember when I was discussing fonts and all the options you have? Well, if you're building a flyer for a company or a business, use your brand's font. The decision is already made for you. And it's not just fonts. Include the colors, slogans, logos, you name it, that will help a viewer instantly recognize your brand. Maybe build 10 flyers, all slightly different, but maintaining that same font and color to fit your brand style. Hang them up throughout town and soon your viewers will take notice. Our templates, like this, leave a space specifically for your logo. An easy plugin. Every flyer should have a call to action button towards the bottom of a design. If there's a sale, where can they go? Event to go to? How can they buy tickets? Educational flyer? Cool. Where can they go if they want to learn more? If you want people to invest in your purpose, you not only have to provide a reason as to why they should do so, but also guide them towards that action. Otherwise, your flyer will fall short. And last but not least, our final tip is one that hopefully you've already picked up on throughout this video. Start with a template. There's no easier way to design your own flyer than with a pre-built yet completely customizable template. Find the foundation of a flyer that you like, but edit the colors, the fonts, the pictures, any aspect you feel necessary. If you're not convinced already, just head to visme.com right now and give it a try. I guarantee you that you'll be amazed at the quality of options available to people such as yourself. But before you do that, please do us a favor and drop a like below. We love to help people like you, and a simple click can help us continue to do that. Subscribing would be even better, so check out our channel to see if we can help you in other ways. Thank you so much for watching. Good luck with your flyers, even though I don't think you'll need it if you follow our tips today. Until next time, I'm Mike Ploger with Visme, helping you make information beautiful.